Hi everyone, it's Regina Lena and welcome back to episode 2 of the Pageant Sit Down. I am super excited to have all of you here, but I'm also super excited to have our guest on. She is all the way from sunny Florida. I'm in Toronto. I'm honestly so jealous of the weather that she has. And she is actually the reigning Ms. Galaxy 2020-21, Crystal Gail. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, but before we start, I just want to see if people can hear you. Elizabeth, I know you're watching. Can you guys hear her? No complaints? Okay, I guess we're good to go. So,
Perfect.
Crystal, welcome to the show. I'm so grateful to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much for asking me. When you asked me last week, I was so honored. I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to do this.
For me, it was like, okay, who can I have on the show? And I was like, why not ask Crystal? Because I am Ms. Galaxy Canada. I'm like, I'm just going to win her crown.
I was going to say,
why
you're
not?
hoping that I'm passing it on, and I'm hoping I'm passing it on. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we have the international pageant for you to pass your crown on soon. Because you've had it for, 2 years now?
This will be our second year, yes. But from what I understand, and so far from what we've heard from Maria, it looks like we are a go. So I think we will be having our pageant. So it's exciting, but selfishly a little bittersweet because, I kind of liked having the crown for 2 years. Why not? Although it has been a little bit tough with COVID. Hard to kind of get around and do anything, but it's been really amazing having the crown.
That's amazing. Well, it's a beautiful crown, and I'm so grateful that I had the Canada crown for 2 years, so I can only imagine how you guys felt when your reign got extended as well.
And your Canada crown's beautiful too, so
it's not as pretty as yours, but it's definitely it's one of the most beautiful crowns that I've ever owned, so I can't complain.
Say the Galaxy crown is by far one of the most beautiful that I've seen. It's amazing.
It is, and I love the hues of blue that are in there, which matched what you wore for the international pageant.
Yes, that blue dress. It's amazing how many compliments and how many questions I've had about that blue dress, kind of on what was your inspiration and how did you create that dress? And it's funny because the story behind it was kind of simple. When I was getting ready for Galaxy and I was talking to my dress designer, and I do have a pageant coach, I work with Michael Galanis, and Fernando Wong helped create most of my pieces, as well as Andrea Salas down here in South Florida. They just said, like, what is your dream of your gown? Is it fully stoned, and what color, and all these things? And I was like, actually, no, I feel like I've evolved so much throughout the years and that my style has changed. And I really just wanted simple, beautiful, elegant. And that is why
you gave them that.
Gave them the dress that had no stones on it. And I think that's what's the beauty of Galaxy, is there really is nothing that you have to wear. It could just be true to your style. And I think that's what that dress.
Well, it was stunning. Like you were saying, it's simple, it's elegant, it's very regal, but the cutouts and everything just make it more, it gives it some oomph.
It does. And you feel amazing when you're wearing it, and it's just so fitted amazingly. And honestly, I wish I had a reason to wear it again. I haven't worn it since Galaxy, since those photos.
You could still wear it when you're walking around the house, just lounging.
I was going to say, it's COVID. I think I should wear it and walk down the stairs and just play princess for the day.
There you go. Get all dolled up.
Yeah, why not?
Well, speaking of COVID, what have you done during the pandemic?
So I think COVID really gave me the opportunity to kind of reevaluate life a little bit. I think all of us were so used to going, and what's next on our agenda, and how are we going to get there? And oh my gosh, I can't miss out on this gathering or this event. And while that's fun and amazing, it really gave me a chance to step back and kind of think, okay, this is what's important to me. I moved closer to my family. I was able to see my family more. I was able to see my niece more, spend more time with those that I care about, spend more time with my boyfriend. He has this really cute daughter, and she's so much fun, and do things with her. So I think for me, it was just kind of reconnecting with what's but I do work full time also. So I was lucky that I was able to keep my job and continue working through the pandemic. And luckily, I was able to do a lot at home. So
That's
I
awesome.
did stay pretty busy. I'm still pretty busy.
That's great. It's good that you're staying safe too, because
Yes.
from what we hear about Florida, it's not the greatest when it comes to
Yeah.
COVID.
So
How has that been for you?
Yeah, there are two counties, Broward County and Miami-Dade County, where the levels of COVID are definitely higher than the rest of the state. And actually, I live in the middle of that. So
Okay.
I'm right there in the middle of it all. But it really hasn't been that bad. I don't go out to restaurants like I did. And if I did, I'm probably outside. I spend most of the weekend by the pool or on the boat or scuba diving or just doing something with family and friends. And so really, I have no complaints. It's been a little bit different. And I think we've all kind of had to readjust to that and kind of learn a new way of life for a little bit. But I do feel hopeful that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. But how about for you? Because I know that up in Toronto, I believe that they did another lockdown.
Yeah, I feel like we've been in lockdown since March of last year. So for spring, right before spring break, which is usually the second week of March, literally everything was shut down. Schools were locked down, businesses were locked down, like non-essential businesses. And then during, I want to say late spring, early summer, we opened up a little bit. And then, of course, the cold weather came, so the second wave came in, and we've been on lockdown for like almost a year, I find. For me, I lost my job because I do work in events. And so with no people gathering, no events happening, everything going virtual, I kind of expected it to happen, but it gave me time to just slow down. Like, I'm sure with you, you're the same way where you're just always on the go, event to event to event to event. And so it gave me the opportunity to just slow down and really reconnect with myself and figure out what do I want to do.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people experience that, and I'm so sorry to hear that happened to you. I know a lot of people that's in that situation. But everyone kind of says the same thing that you did. It gave everyone a chance to reevaluate. And I think that we're always going to come out, like we're all going to come out of COVID and say, wow, it was really life-changing, for better or for worse, most likely for the better.
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a few questions for you from some of the ladies on Instagram.
Yes.
A lot of them have asked, and I'm sure they're all here in the chats too. So the first question that I have for you, since we're talking about the pandemic, is how has the pandemic changed your goals during your reign?
For me, especially living where I live, pretty much everything has been canceled and shut down, and there hasn't been the opportunity to do the things that we used to. So I am on the board of a charity group. However, we've had to come to a halt. So we haven't been feeding the homeless like we have. We haven't been doing the beach cleanups we haven't been doing the events that we've been doing. So personally, for me, it's been kind of more of the one-on-one things that I can do. So I've had the opportunity to adopt a family over Thanksgiving, and I bought them meals for Thanksgiving, and same thing with a child for Christmas. So there's little things that you can do. I do see that right now as things start to come open a little bit more and those opportunities are starting to appear, that it's going to change. But there definitely was a time where there was really nothing you can do except sit at home and take the time to write the cards and say thank you and drop them off at the local church. So they gave them to the first responders and at the hospitals, and do those little events that you can do. So for me, especially living where I am at, we did have a little bit of a slowdown, but I feel like we're ready to pick back up again.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. I didn't know you adopted a family. That's awesome. What?
Actually,
what made you do that?
I've actually done it every year, and it's through the local church. And so you get a list of things that they would need for meals. So you kind of just go grocery shopping and pick it all up and drop it off. So I had the chance to do that. I do actually have a child that I adopt through an organization in Peru. So I was
Wow.
able to keep doing that also, which is really neat. She's 6 years old now. Her name is Anna.
Aw.
And even just sending a little message here or there, it was
Mhm.
nice because you get messages back. She's young, so they do have somebody that works with them. And I think a lot of people that work with like the Compassion organization, they know what I'm talking about. So you're able to pick a child and you pay a certain amount every month to help them go to
Mhm.
school and afford the basic necessities that they need. So even just the little letters that I would send to her or the ones that I would read back, it's nice to know that somewhere out there I'm making a difference to somebody who really needs it.
Mhm.
And I think that they'll always remember that. I think those are the things that as children grow up, they remember,
Oh
hey, you
yeah.
know what? Somebody helped me in my time of need. And it gives them that drive to want to do that when they grow up later, too.
Does she know that you're a beauty queen?
She does not, actually. I'm not sure that she would really understand that. I actually
That's fair.
started with her when she was 2. So
Aw.
my conversations are, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal? So we haven't moved on to that yet, but I think one day when she's a little bit older and she understands, I'll have to let her know.
You might actually inspire her to be Miss
It's
Peru
true.
one
She
day.
could
Yeah.
be. She could be Miss Peru going on the Miss Galaxy stage.
There you go. But you've also been doing pageants for quite some time. I know you did the World's Perfect pageant,
I did.
Galaxy. What's been your, I guess, most memorable moment in your pageant career so far?
I've competed in 2 international systems. So
Oh
World's
wow.
Perfect, and I
Hmm.
did win that. And actually, after that, I kind of thought, okay, I don't know that I'm going to compete again. Because for me, there wasn't a system that really resonated where I thought, wow, I really want to compete in this.
Hmm.
And then I heard a little bit more about Galaxy. So our Florida director, Deanna Silver, was actually Mrs. Galaxy a few years ago. And
Nice.
after hearing everything she had to say about the Galaxy system and then following online, at that time
Hmm.
I was following Beth Parr. Um, and seeing all the things that she was doing, I thought, wow, this looks like it would be a really awesome pageant. The goals, the values, the
Hmm.
morals that come with it. Maria seemed amazing. I mean, I didn't meet her until actually the pageant, but everybody that knew
Hmm.
her talked so highly about her. Deanna loves her. Now that I've met her, I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, it's like, how can you not love Maria?
Hmm.
Um, so for me, going back into it, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but then I
Hmm.
remembered, okay, why do you compete in pageants in the first place? One, to
Yeah.
push yourself to do something you didn't think you can do, but two, because you're doing it to meet people all around in the world. And in this case, when I was doing Galaxy,
Hmm.
I was doing it with Gianna Gonzalez, who actually won preteen, and her family and I were so close. And I thought, you know what, if she's going to do this and I'm going to do that, let's do it together. Let's see
And
if we
it's
can
her
win Florida
birthday,
together.
right?
And it is. Today's her 13th birthday.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
yes, happy birthday, Gianna. I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but I did send her you ever seen those cakes and you open the box and then like all the things fly out of it and like the candy explodes?
Like a confetti
Kind
gun,
of.
but
I'm gonna
like
have
in
to
your
get
face.
kind of. I had one of those sent to her today and they sent me the video right before I logged on here
Oh,
and she was opening it and she was so excited. I thought, oh, I love it. So
that's
doing
awesome.
that pageant with her and having that moment with her and bonding with her, and it to me was amazing. So it's not just the friends you meet, the people you meet, but for me going into Galaxy with her specifically, but the rest of Team Florida, it was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
that's amazing. Well, congratulations to you both. That's so awesome to have two Florida queens winning
I know.
and
It was
having the
it
rain.
was so surreal.
And I saw that you have done a few things with her during your reign as well before the pandemic. So it's great that
Yes.
you had that opportunity.
Yes, we actually live probably 15, 20 minutes away from each other, so we
Oh my
get to see each
gosh.
other a lot.
Well, there you go. There's
Hmm
someone, Janice McGregor is in the chats, and she's asking where you live, no details, just which province or state.
I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so South Florida.
I'm so jealous. I know we were talking about this before. I have family in Florida, and it's been maybe 2 or 3 years since I've been there. I miss it.
Yes, you need to visit them. Although I have to say it's a little bit cold outside, so you'll laugh. I think it's like 70 degrees maybe. For me, I
It's
thought,
not
oh my gosh.
cold.
That's why I'm wearing long sleeves, because I was outside for a few minutes. I thought, oh, this is cold today.
You should come to Toronto, and then we'll see if
And
it's
then
cold.
we'll discuss what's cold. Yes.
Exactly. So another question that I have here from Instagram is, who is your role model and why?
You know, as cliche as it sounds, everybody always wants to say my mom's my role model, but 100% my mom really truly is my role model. My mom was born and raised in Trinidad, so she wasn't from
Oh, wow.
the United States, and she moved here in her late 20s. And she came to a whole different world. She tells us stories about how she used to like wash her clothes in the river, and she comes here and, you know, we're all throwing it in a washing machine and we have it in the comfort of our own home. Or she used to have to go to like the market every day just to get the fruits and the vegetables for that day to cook, and, you know, we're throwing it in this massive refrigerator that we have.
Yeah.
So she did a really good job at reminding my brother, my sister, and I of what's important, what really should we care about, what are the needs versus what are the necessities. And I think because of her, I was able to get as far as I have, not just personally but professionally. And through it all, she's always kept me so grounded. She would come to fittings and she's so critical. She would be like, Crystal, I don't know about that. And I'd be like, really, Mom? I thought this was amazing. And then it turns out she's right, and I alter and I change, and I'm like, okay, you were right. So
Mamas know best.
You know, as much as when we were younger, we like to say that they don't. They really do. And I think my mom's watching because I sent her the link. I'm not going to say she's super tech savvy, so she probably wasn't sure how to log on. But I'll just the replay.
Hi, Mom. My mom's on here too, so there you go.
Moms.
Exactly.
They're always our number one fan.
They are. And they're always, when you were talking about your mom with your dresses, it reminded me so much of my mom because she's the same way. Or she'll have this vision of what she sees me winning in, and it's interesting. So I just realized this as I'm saying it. So the one time I had previously won in a pageant, my mom had actually picked the gown and was like, no, you should do this, you should do that. And little did I know that was the dress I was going to win in.
I love that. I honestly think moms, like, they have a sixth sense. Somehow they know.
Do.
And like, they know us better than we know ourselves sometimes. It's a little crazy.
I want to see my mom on stage one day, and I think a lot of people have said this to her too, but she likes to be behind the scenes.
Tell her she has to do it. If you're listening out there, you need to compete. You can do it. I want to see you on stage too.
Sorry, Mom.
She's like,
does your mom do pageants?
Like, no, she does not. And actually, this is going to sound terrible. She has never been there to watch me win. She's always been there to watch me give up a title. And she's always watched like online, or somebody has streamed it. Yeah. And the reason is because I always say, Mom, okay, you understand. I know a lot of people don't understand, but when you're competing, there's a lot that's happening. You're up at the crack of dawn, you're getting your makeup done, you're going to rehearsal, you're grabbing something to eat, you're going to so many places. And I'm always like, you're gonna kind of sit around. My dad's gonna kind of be like, what are we doing here? You know, because my dads are kind of like, I just want to watch the final thing, not everything leading up to it.
Exactly.
And so I'm always like, you know what? It's okay. I don't want you to just be there for the whole week bored. You could come the last day if you want to, but you could watch it online. And then every time I tell her that, and then I win, I'm like, oh, Mom, you should have been there.
Oops.
Yeah. It's happened 3 times now, and I'm like, oh no.
But last year it was in Florida, so it's not like she had to go very far.
It was 3 hours away, and not even like 2.5. And I just said, Mom, Dad, it's okay. It'll probably be streaming, or Gianna's parents will take some pictures and send it to you. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
And then I called them as soon as it was over. And actually, we were running late. So I think I got crowned at like 1 a.m. or 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And I remember calling really late and she was up and she's like, okay, so what happened? I'm like, oh, I guess you should have came. I won. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh my gosh. It's really
Oh,
funny. So actually, my mom hasn't been there, and I 100% take responsibility for that.
so we need to get your mom to the next pageant. Speaking of, would you compete in another pageant after this?
You know, I've been asked that so many times, and I'm honestly not sure. I know
Well,
everybody says that. They say they don't know what they want to do next. I don't know. I don't know what's in store for me. I hope that one day there's the Mrs. Galaxy crown in my future, but
there you go.
you never know where life takes you. So, yeah, I don't know. I think
Maria,
one
you
day,
heard it here. She wants to do Mrs. Galaxy.
one day, but we'll see when that day may come. So, in the meantime, I think after this, just gonna kind of support those in whatever their future endeavors are, and
Mhm.
always support those for Galaxy.
Definitely. It's such a great system. Like you were talking about seeing one of the girls compete, and that's what got you interested in it. And it's the same with me and Cindy. You know, Cindy, I've known Cindy since 2016. When I saw her compete, I was
Oh,
wondering, I'm like, what is this pageant? Where did it come
yeah.
from? And so when she brought it to Canada, it changed our lives here in Canada to have a new system that is so open to everyone. So,
No, that's awesome. And Cindy's amazing, and I've heard that she's an
mhm.
amazing director. I see all the little things
She
that she
is.
posts. I mean, she takes the time to do those little, what are they called? Like those wax stamps on every envelope
Hmm.
and all the cute things she does. I'm like, oh my gosh, Cindy, you're so cute.
And she's created a whole merch store. I don't know if you've seen it. So we have sweatpants, which I'm actually wearing. We have duffel bags,
That is so
hoodies.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's gone above and beyond. She actually started a subscription box. So
Did she
Canada
okay, see,
Galaxy
that
girls, yeah.
I didn't know. That's amazing. Cindy, I 100% supported it.
Yes, me too. I would love to see her compete again in Mrs. one day. Maybe the both of you will come together.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's in our future.
Maybe. I'm putting it out there.
Cindy's
Oh,
a fierce
Cindy's.
competitor. When she competed at Perfect, I mean,
Hmm.
she has the stage presence. She could walk a runway.
She doesn't even need to be on a stage, but she's in the chats and she says thanks for all the love.
Oh, hey Cindy, how are you?
She's there. She's there.
I
But
love
no,
it.
like I totally understand what you mean. Like she can walk into the room and all eyes are on her. She doesn't need a
Yes.
stage.
No, but I will never forget watching her walk down that stage. I was like, wow, she has a walk. She's very commanding with her presence. It's
Oh yeah,
amazing.
for
She's
sure.
a force to be reckoned with.
She's probably blushing. Cindy, are you blushing? Let us know in the chat. So, also speaking of Galaxy, one of the other questions that came from Instagram was, what did you do to prepare for your title? Which is something I want to know too, since I'm on this journey as well.
You know, I think for me to prepare, I was extra picky about, and I know we talked about this with the blue dress. I was extra picky
Mhm.
about creating a wardrobe that was 100% me and true to me. So I know that there's a misperception that things always have to be a certain way. So whether it's the swimsuit photo shoot or even being on stage for swim, and Maria says this all the time, and I 100% agree with her and I stand behind her, even down to the shoes that you wear. They don't have to be the standard one shoe that you're so used to seeing everyone wear. Wear something that you're confident in, that you feel comfortable in, that you could walk a stage in. Wear an outfit where you feel amazing. For me, I felt like if from beginning to end, from check-in to the end, when I was doing my last walking gown, if I was in an outfit that made me feel like myself, was true to myself, and I felt comfortable in it, I felt like that was going to be what I succeeded in and kind of what brought out who I was. It would help me show this is my personality. And 100% of the way, that's exactly what happened. Because I felt confident, I felt beautiful. So every time I walked into that room, I was excited to talk. I was excited to share my story. I think too, what's important, especially in the interview, is let everybody see who you are. I mean, I know you and I were talking, and we all have our little quirks, and everyone
I
looks
won't
at
tell people, don't
Instagram.
worry.
Everyone looks at Instagram and they look at your photos and they think a certain way, but I mean, deep down, we're all a little silly inside. We're all a little goofy inside. We've all had those moments where we think, "Oh my gosh, what was I doing?" And I think that shows. So when you're in an interview and you're being genuine and you're kind of laughing at yourself, because that's the beauty of being a beauty queen. I mean, the beauty is
Mhm.
being genuinely who you are so that you can relate to those that are around you. I think that's what makes you stand out a little bit more. And
Mhm.
then just go on stage and have fun. It's not about having a prepared routine and making sure that you turn 2 times at this X and you walk
Yeah.
backwards before you make this spin here. It's just be true to you, who you are, and have fun and let them see that. And when they see that and everyone connects with you, I think all those pieces come together and you end up with the crown.
Definitely. What is Cindy saying? Cindy autocorrect. But she did say that she is super blushing.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, there she goes. She says, was there anything about your international experience that you did not expect?
100, yes. I did not expect that I was going to have the experience with everybody that we had. So you get this agenda and you see all these things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's this pajama party? And okay, what's this skit? And
Mhm.
what's the white party? And wait, I don't you get a little bit overwhelmed because you're thinking, okay, I need the outfit for this and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then all of a sudden you get there and you realize it's actually so much fun. I mean, we're in this pajama party. Team Florida all had the same colors on. We all had matching pajamas. Maria's making jokes up front. We're all like laughing, skits. We're competing against each other. I actually had so much fun leading up to it and bonding with everybody that was there that I thought, I didn't really expect that, because sometimes you go to other pageant systems and it's not really like that. And
Mhm.
Galaxy 100% was. And so from the moment I walked in to check in and register and I met Maria, it was just a warm, welcoming environment. And it makes you feel at ease every step of the way.
That's awesome. I'm honestly looking so forward to the white party and the PJ party because the 2019 girls filled me in with everything that happened. I'm like, oh, I wish I could have been there. I was so close.
Honestly,
I was
it
first
was,
runner up.
oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I mean, the pajama party and the skits, and for me, what sticks out the most were the Australian girls. I mean, they were
I
so
heard.
cute with their skits, and they had the little, what were they on? I don't remember. Like the costumes, and it was just so cute. Like, honestly, if I could go back, I'd be like, okay, Florida, we're stepping it up. We need costumes, and we need to do this. And we go to the pajama party. It wasn't what I thought. It far exceeded my expectations, and it's so much fun. You're gonna have a blast every step of the way. So take time to really cherish it and kind of relish in that moment. Yes, you're competing against everybody, but yes, everybody that's there, they're gonna end
Mhm.
up being your friends that you could talk to for a long time after.
I'm honestly looking forward to it. And I think what would have been so great is if you guys all dressed up as oranges because Florida's known for oranges.
That's actually such a good idea. I wonder why we didn't think of that. We wore purple.
I heard, okay, so Elizabeth Marnock just wrote in the group chat. She said, I loved the Florida skit with the Florida man. Who's a
Okay.
Florida man?
So there's actually this funny thing, and at first people didn't get it, but then as the skit went on, they get it. So there's this thing called Florida Man, and it is true, sometimes in Florida, weird things come up on the news.
Hmm.
So let's say you're watching the news, the headline might say something like, Florida man finds alligator in living room. Florida man, it's just random things that happen, but
Yeah.
they never put a person or they say their name. They always say Florida
Florida
man
man.
does
Got
this.
it. Hmm.
So at any point when you're watching the news, it just randomly pops up and says, Florida man was going through a drive-through and a seagull swooped in and ate his fries, and it's always something a little bit off and kind of out there and somewhat funny. And so
Mm-hmm.
we took turns explaining different Florida man stories that have happened. And we
Uh-huh.
asked everybody to actually Google Florida man and then put in their date of birth so that they could figure out on
Oh.
their date of birth actually what happened. And we had everybody share, and they were some of the funniest stories because these things really you don't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
The alligator ones are my favorite because it was actually just on TV the other day, and somebody walked out and there was an alligator in their pool. And like, what do you do when you have an alligator in your pool?
You just leave it and walk away
I mean,
and hope
I
for the
run
best.
and I call them and say, oh my gosh, but there is somebody that comes out because they are going to take that gator out of the pool. So
Mm-hmm.
Florida man's real. Everybody look it up. It's just really funny and they're amusing headlines, and you'll probably sit there and read them for hours. It's kind of addicting because you think, did this really happen? But it really did.
So I guess so people don't know this, and I learned this last year. You and I have the exact same birthday. So if
Yes,
we
I
searched
just
April
found that
30th,
out.
what would we find?
I'm going to have to look when this is over. We'll post it.
Me
We'll let
too.
everybody know this is what happened
There
April
you go.
30th.
There you go. Yeah, I saw it last year. I was like, oh, cool.
I love it. I love when I find people that have the same birthday as me. I think I'm a
I
little
think,
older than you, though.
I don't know how old you are, but I know that there are, I think I personally know at least 5 people with the same birthday as us.
Really?
I was like, oh, I thought I was special.
Wow. I
I
think I
know.
only know of one, so you make two.
Oh, you make 5.
It's a special day. April 30th is a special day.
It is. It is. It's the Ms. Galaxy Day because you
It
never
is.
know. Who knows what will
That's
happen to
true.
me in August?
You never know.
So leading up to the pageant, are you looking forward to any appearances or projects that you're going to be working on?
Yeah, so leading up to the Galaxy, obviously, everybody always looks forward to what do I get to wear? What am I going to wear to the white party? What am I going to give up my crown with? So you have that excitement, and you kind of go through the, can't believe I actually have to do this. I don't want to give it up type thing. Then you go through
Yeah.
that emotion. But while there's nothing specifically said and no big events at this moment, I think that there's going to be a few. And I know that I spoke with Gianna actually, and there's a few things that her and I are planning so that we can do them together, because some of my favorite events and anything they do, it's a lot more fun when Gianna Gonzalez is there.
That's awesome. I love seeing your pictures with her. And earlier you mentioned your coach, Michael. I was actually watching Say Yes to the Dress, like a few reruns, like a few weeks, maybe a month or so ago. And I was watching, and all I hear is, call me Mr. Michael. And I was like, is that the same Michael from World?
Yes. So actually was on that show. I think he did that sometime the beginning of last year. So definitely a few reruns. But Kelly, and I do know her, we competed against each other many, many years ago. He's always stayed in touch with her. And the one thing with Michael is when he has a relationship with you, it's kind of for life. So you do always stay in touch with him. So he had the opportunity to help her find her dream wedding dress. And I thought the show was so amazing.
It was.
I watched it, and every time it's on the rerun, I'm like, oh my gosh, look who's on TV. So yeah, that was him.
So is he like that with you guys when he's coaching you based on like your outfits and your dresses?
No, he's not. And I know that in TV they do a really good job at photoshopping. He does have a very distinct eye for what he's looking for. So he is very particular, and he does like everything to be quite meticulous. But you know what? I'm the same way, so I really appreciate that. But when we are practicing, it really is at that moment, okay, we're talking about practicing. And you're genuinely practicing like you're in that outfit, like you're on the stage. And he expects that from you, but, we're working with him because that's what we expect with him. Just to make sure that we are commanding control of the outfit that we're in correctly. So no, he actually makes it a lot of fun. We do laugh a lot. It is quite amusing. It is definitely not like Say Yes to the Dress.
Do you have to call him Mr. Michael?
No, definitely.
I'm just curious.
No. don't. I think some of the younger girls do out of respect, and that's because that's what their parents have instilled in them. But no, I definitely don't call him Mr. Michael. And he's actually, since I've met him, he's never said, call me Mr. Michael. I've actually never heard him say that.
No, I was just curious because that's what you see on Say Yes to the Dress.
No, he really does have, he's that person that walks in a room and he commands a presence. He's funny. He has the way of saying things that you're just kind of drawn to. You want to be around him, but he's so knowledgeable and he's so smart. And when he's working with you, he really does have your best interest at heart, but he really is one-on-one. Be who you are and don't try to be somebody else. And that's what he instills. We can be working with 5 girls and we could all be in the same pageant, but we all will feel like we had the special attention from him and that he really pushed us to be the best that we can be. And so that I've always appreciated.
And he has 2 Galaxy Queens too. He does.
In the same year. I can't believe it. You know, it's funny if you actually watch the video that's on YouTube, the recap video that was done, and at the end you see me waving and like saying yay to somebody. It's actually to Michael because he was in the audience. Oh,
that's so sweet. I've only heard such great things about him, and I hope I can meet him one day.
Yeah, and you know, it's not just Michael. There's also Frank Archidiacono, and he works really closely with Michael, and he does a lot with the World's Perfect System as well. And Frank works hand in hand with him. Now, I'm closer to Michael, and Frank is in Central Florida, so on a daily basis, I would work a little bit more with Michael, but I'm texting Frank and Michael, and we're all in a group, and it's, hey, Frank, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And do you think that this is what's best for me? Or how should I change this? Or how should this evolve? And when we're up there, Frank's the one who's meeting with us, who's working with us, who's saying, okay, hey, let's do some practice here. So it's actually both of them. So it's not just Michael, it's actually Michael and Frank.
Well, there you go. Good to know. I also have one more question from Instagram. And I think it's a great question. They're asking, what did you learn since being Ms. Galaxy, and what are your favorite moments so far?
So what I've learned that you really could, okay, it's going to sound cliche, you really could do anything that you put your mind to. So this was my first year competing in Galaxy, and the one question everyone always says is, well, how many years do you have to compete before you win? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 5? And I just say, I don't think that there is a number, because this was the first time I went to the Galaxy International pageant. It was the first time what it was about. And I walked away with the crown on my first try, and so did Gianna. So what I learned is that Galaxy really is truly encompassing of everybody. There's no size, there's no height, there's no specific wardrobe. Actually, before this, you and I were talking, because the one question I get asked the most is, how tall are you? Because when everyone meets me, they're always like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect you to be so tiny. And that's the beauty of Galaxy, because I'm 5'3". I love to wear heels that make me look like I'm 5'8", but I'm not. And there's no height requirement. It's just show who you are and be who you are. And that's the one beautiful thing that I've learned, not just about the system, but embracing myself a little bit more for those things. Because I think growing up, we all say, oh, I wish I was taller. I wish my hair was curlier. I wish my hair was straighter. I wish my hair was this color. You know, we all do that. With social media, it's so easy to compare to everybody and have this false sense of this is what's perfect. This is what's beautiful. And really, there is none of that. So I think it's something that everybody works on, no matter what age you are at. Embracing yourself. And the Galaxy system has helped me do that just a little bit more. And some of my favorite moments, through COVID, we had the opportunity to FaceTime with everybody, and I loved it. It was so fun, just all the queens getting together. I actually went to Miss Texas Galaxy and was able to judge and spend some time with Maria, and it was so much fun. I mean, she's just hilarious. She's so amazing. And honestly, every moment that I've had with Gianna is like a little sister to me. So from day one, just winning that with her. And actually on Instagram today, I posted the photo of us winning together as a little birthday tribute. Even just that moment, I mean, how can you not cherish that and have that forever? It's going to always be one of my favorite photos.
It was like that with me and Nicole, our junior miss. So I actually worked with her on her first pageant. So we did it together, and
Oh,
it's a different bond that you have with this person. And
yes.
it's the same with our Mrs. Galaxy Canada, Denise. She was our chaperone when I did Miss Universe Canada in 2017. So knowing somebody and then becoming sisters together, it's a different bond. But I love the video that
Yes.
you posted today. You guys look like you have such a special bond that
You
nobody can
know, she
explain.
really is like a little sister to me. And so, like I said, from beginning to end, having the opportunity to get the crown together and even give it up together is going to be amazing.
I'm sure she's looking forward to it too. I should get her on the show one day. I
Yes.
want to meet all of the queens.
Yes. Yes. Definitely get in touch with her.
I
She's
will.
so much fun. She's such an awesome. I was going to say kid, but she's 13. She's such an awesome teenager.
Oh my goodness. Annie Schwartz is on in the chats and she says, Crystal, I'm on.
That's my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, mom.
We have all of our moms here on the show or in the chats
Yes.
today.
We
I
made
love
it.
it. Exactly.
That's
So,
awesome.
what I thought I would do, and I started it last week with our last guest, and it was your 5 tips that you can give any new pageant girl, old pageant girl, aspiring pageant queen. What are your top 5 tips for them?
Okay. Be yourself. Have so much fun. Enjoy every moment of it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself to those that are around you. Okay, that's 5. I might keep going.
You can keep going. That's fine.
I was gonna say, don't compare yourself to those that are around you. And at the end of the day, just push yourself to the best that you can and know that no matter what, you gave it your all. You left it all on the stage, and no matter the outcome, be happy with what you did and then strive to do better next time. I know for me, I even look back at my performance and I think, wow, I could have done that a little bit differently, or maybe I could have done that differently. And it's funny because I won and I got the crown, but sometimes we're our own worst critics.
Yeah,
And we need to stop doing that and critiquing ourselves and actually be positive and say, wow, Crystal, job well done, pat on the back, and give yourself a little bit of a round of applause. So
exactly.
I think that was like 8. You got that 9.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewatch this, learn exactly what you said, and I will bring it with me in August.
All right, and if you need anything, you can call me also.
Sounds great. I'll be like, Crystal, let's get Skype together. So, with everything going on during the pandemic, was there anything that you wish you could have done with your reign that you maybe couldn't have done or might be doing now that things are loosening up there in Florida?
I wish that I had the opportunity more with my charity organization. But I think
Mhm.
that while things are starting to open a little bit more, I'm going to have the opportunity to do that. So I'm really looking forward to it. But no, I mean, from now until my reign is up, and even through the rest of COVID, even some of those one-on-one things that I can do. And I know I look on
Mhm.
Instagram and I see a lot of the Texas Galaxy girls doing it. I think they're doing like the book strives and leaving the food behind. A lot of those little
Mhm.
things, I think those are things that matter. Professionally, I work with cancer patients, so I have a lot that I'm able to do in the cancer centers.
Mhm.
And that's really awesome. So it's easy to be motivational in there and talk to the cancer patients and give them a little bit of hope. So I'm going to continue to do that through the rest of my reign and through the rest of COVID.
That's awesome. Well, you've been doing an amazing job with your reigns so far.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. As the Ms. Galaxy Canada, I've literally been watching what you guys are all doing, and
Oh,
it amazes me what you guys, all of the queens, all 7 of you have done during this pandemic and with your reign. So getting that 2 year extend or that 1 year extension to make it 2 years, you're also deserving of it.
oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. I remember when Maria contacted us and told us, I was like, no way. Is this for real? Like, no. And then I thought, oh my gosh, could it just be forever?
I mean, no.
I was gonna say,
No.
I guess not, but selfishly, I kind of want it to be.
My
Obviously.
my background on my phone is actually your crown. Not
Is
your
it
specific crown,
really?
but the crown. Yeah, because so I did it with Galaxy Canada. So when
Uh-huh.
Cindy posted a photo of all the crowns and the sashes, that was my backdrop on my or background on
I
my
love
phone.
that. Oh
And
my
so I
gosh, it's like you're
changed it
manifesting
to
it.
yeah. I have to. You have
Yes,
to.
I
You know,
believe
if you
that.
really want
You have
something.
to put it out there and look at it and visualize yourself in it. And the next thing you know,
Hmm.
you're like, oh my gosh, it's mine. I did that.
Well, I guess I have to continue to do what I'm doing then.
I did. I definitely did that every night, especially when I was competing. And then every
Mhm.
time before I would walk on stage or before I would walk an interview, I'd say a little prayer and I would just say, let this be the best performance that it could be. Help me give my all. And please don't let me trip.
And you did great. You did all of that. You didn't trip. You did amazing. I watched your performance. You killed it. So I'm
Aw,
not
thank
surprised that you
you.
won.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I really
You're, wel-
appreciate that.
you're welcome. Do you have any fun stories or memories during pageant week that you can share with us?
Let me think. Okay, so besides the Florida man story, which I actually find
Yes.
really quite amusing, um, okay, nothing funny, but I remember there was a part where I was actually intimidated and I thought, oh my
Oh.
gosh, because you're Canada queen and I actually had the same swimsuit and she went out first. And you know how I was just saying, okay, there's a bunch of things. Don't psych yourself out. Don't think to yourself, oh my gosh, I can't go on stage and I can't do that. Okay,
Mhm.
well, I'm preaching to myself because I was feeling the same way. I remember we're in lineup. She's beautiful. She's
Yeah,
tall. She's
Brittany.
stunning. She has a
Mhm.
presence. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like, okay, like she's tall and I'm gonna be down here and we're in the same out. I mean, I was doing that to myself. So I was doing just what I was saying not to do, but you know, we all do it and we're all
Mhm.
guilty of it. And then afterwards, I was like, no, actually, it was kind of neat that we had the same one. So, I mean, remember, very intimidating. I just want you to know, Brittany, if you're watching, you were very intimidating to me that day. I was nervous.
Brittany was intimidating to me in 2019 competition. I was her first runner up, and I was like, no.
Oh,
So I get what you mean. Like, she's stunning. She's
yes,
so tall. Her legs can go on for days. So I totally
yes.
understand. I didn't realize you had the same swimsuit.
We did, but different colors, different colors.
Oh, okay.
Mine was red, and I believe hers was like a blush pink or like a light pink.
Hmm.
So I remember I was like, oh gosh, this is even more nerve-wracking. So actually, she made me a little bit nervous.
Oh.
So probably not something that everyone knows, but now you know.
Now the whole world knows. Now the
Now
galaxy knows.
everybody out there knows.
They do. Oh, Elizabeth says, I remember that swimsuit too.
Yes, and you know, I actually love it. Again, I haven't worn it since. But I live in
Mhm.
Florida. I should probably wear it just for the fun of it.
You should, and you should just wear your evening gown, wear your swimsuit, wear your jumpsuit that you wore for fashion wear. Just
So
reenact Galaxy.
funny story about that jumpsuit. That jumpsuit was not actually what I was going to wear for fun fashion. I had a whole
Oh.
different outfit. It was
Oh.
it was like a oh my gosh, I can't even think of the word. It was almost like a bodysuit, and then it
Mhm.
had a train, and it was fully feathered. It was amazing. And
Ooh.
2 days before I left, I was just like, this isn't it. I can't wear this. What am I gonna do? And
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, oh yeah, I just know like this isn't it. I don't know what to do. We can't wear this.
Mhm.
The next day, Michael and I met. We went to like 5 stores, picked out 3 outfits, none of which fit. And I thought, okay, well, we have to make it work. We have to alter it. I'm literally leaving in like 36 hours. And one of the designers that I work with, her name's Andrea. She lives in Hollywood. She actually met us at the studio with Michael. We picked one of the outfits, the black one. I think it was
Mhm.
like 3 sizes too big. And
Oh
she said, I
gosh.
promise I will have this altered for you by tomorrow. And I said, well, that's awesome because I'm leaving the next morning.
Oh
So then
gosh.
she must have picked it. I think she picked it up for me at like 8 o'clock at night. The next day we were texting and she said, okay, I'm going to meet you around 8, 9 o'clock at night. And that was it. If it didn't fit, I knew I had to
Yeah.
go with it no matter what. She actually
Mhm.
didn't come till like 11 o'clock, almost midnight.
Oh
I
my
was a little
goodness.
bit more nervous because to take it in, all those little stones, she had a hand take all of them off and re-glue them on. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just was hoping it would fit. Anyways, I put it on. It fit like a glove. I felt like $1,000,000. And I said, oh my gosh, this is the right decision. This is the outfit that I need to pack. So last minute, that outfit completely changed. I actually probably left it there around 1 a.m. and I left the next day around 9 a.m. And
Oh
that
my
was the story
gosh.
behind that outfit, which so many people have complimented me on, and they say that's
I
their
love
love.
it.
And
Yep.
it did something when it was on stage and it had all the lights and it was glaring and you saw it doing, lights on it and the way the crystal
Mhm.
shined. It was amazing, but that was not the original outfit, actually. So again, be true to yourself. I mean, you have to feel confident. You have to feel amazing in it, or else you're kind of going to go on stage and they're going to see that. They're going to be like,
Oh, for sure.
what's going on in her head? Like, what is she feeling? And that's kind of how I was feeling. And that outfit was beautiful. It was amazing. I don't know. We ended
It
up
just
going
didn't
with
scream to you.
we
Yeah.
ended up going with something else, and honestly, I think it was a great decision on our behalf. But by far, really, really nerve-wracking.
I'm intrigued. Like, I want to know what that outfit looked like.
I'm gonna have to look and see if I have a photo. It's incredible. It's beautiful. I have it. I've never worn it. It's amazing.
Well, when you do Miss Galaxy, there you go. You can
There we
wear
go.
it for
I
Mrs.
have
Galaxy.
it. Then it's already ready to go.
Perfect. One more question, actually, from
Yes.
Stephanie. She's one of our Canada Galaxy contestants
Hi.
for 2021.
Oh, hi, Stephanie. How are you?
She actually was the one that asked a bunch of those Instagram questions, but she has a
Okay.
few more for you. Her
Okay,
question
I'm
is,
ready.
what tip do you have for ideas for fun fashion?
All right, what tip do I have for fun fashion? So for me, fun fashion could be anything. I was there when Gianna was creating hers, and hers had the cape, and it was beautiful and regal, and gosh, she commanded presence
Stunning.
in it. I mean, an amazing outfit. For me, it was the bodysuit. I felt like I was Catwoman. I felt very like rare when I was in it. I mean, that's kind of what I felt like I was channeling. I think fun fashion could genuinely be anything that you could think of and then take it up a little bit, step it up a notch. I know I've seen a lot of the UK girls and they have a lot of custom couture outfits that are made with the fringes, the liquid beading, the stones. I mean, they're amazing. And for Galaxy, that's kind of the route that you go with fun fashion. So come up with this beautiful idea. You could draw inspiration from so many things. Celebrities at the Met Ball. I know
Oh
one of
gosh,
our
yes.
Florida girls took one of the dresses that like Kendall Jenner wore in the Met Ball and made it into her new fun fashion, and it was like, wow, this is amazing.
Wow.
To come up with an idea, step it up a little bit, because fun fashion is supposed to be flashy, glitzy, fun, and then go on stage and show all of that.
Well, that's some great tips. And I think the reason why Stephanie asked this is because here in Canada, we don't have a lot of glitz pageants like you do in the States. And I know a lot of fun fashion comes from that style of pageantry. So when you say bring on fashion wear, the girls are like, what can I wear? Can I wear a power suit? What can I wear? So that's a great question and an amazing answer. And I'm sure all of the Canada Galaxy girls are looking forward to searching their closets and searching the Met Ball for some ideas now.
Yeah, and I've seen people take amazing bodysuits and add a train to it, or I know Kelsey Polton, our Miss, had the one-legged bodysuit. I mean,
Stunning.
It was stunning. It was beautiful. Such an amazing idea. So sometimes it's just as easy as coming up with the one piece that you like, adding that train, and then being like, wow, that's it. But again, it's how you carry it and how you work it when you're on that stage.
And like you were saying earlier, it's just a matter of being true to yourself. And like
Yeah.
with your or your fashion wear outfit, you had one, you're like, nope. But Stephanie, don't wait 36 hours before you have to go.
Do not do what I did. I do have the luxury of living in Miami or close enough to Miami where I can go to these stores and find things. And even if it's too big, having an, so quick and is willing to do that. But yeah, don't wait till 36 hours before. I'm not going to say that was the best example, but that did happen.
So wait 48 hours minimum.
At least. Maybe 72.
Yeah, yes. Well, those are some great advice and great answers to a lot of Stephanie's questions. She had more questions prepared than I did.
Oh, I love it.
But we
Stephanie, if you're out there and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me anytime. I would love to speak to you.
And that was my next question to you, is where can people find you if they have questions or just want to follow your journey?
Yes, please. So Instagram's the easiest way. So if you go on Instagram, it's at Miss Crystal Gail. Send me any messages. I try to respond as quickly as possible, especially when it comes to Galaxy. I want to answer all your questions because you know what? Your questions are the same ones that I had. And I was kind of wondering, what do I do? What should I expect? And it was amazing that I had people to help me. So I want to do the same on their journey. So either Facebook at Crystal Gail or Instagram, and it's at Miss Crystal Gail.
Perfect. And for those who are watching right now on her screen, you can see the spelling of her name. So it's all there for you. We're at the hour mark. I can't believe it.
Oh, that was
flew
so
by
fast.
really fast.
Yes,
It did.
We'll have to do this again one day.
Oh my gosh, yes, please. But I do have one last question for you.
Yeah, please.
So you posted on your Instagram stories, and this is what kind of got us starting to talk about McDonald's French fries.
Okay, do you know how many people have asked me about that?
So I'm just curious, out of all the fast food places out there, what are your favorite fries?
None. I actually don't like fast food at all. But that specific day that I decided to post that, as I have two best friends, I was speaking to one of them, and she was telling me that she was having a stressful day and that she really just wanted to go to the McDonald's drive-thru and get fries. And I said to her, yeah, I'm having one of those days, but I don't want to get French fries. Yeah. My weakness is actually Starbucks. I'm always like, I really need to go to Starbucks and get like a hot chocolate and a K-cup.
Yum.
She was talking about McDonald's fries, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go there. I don't like McDonald's fries. And everyone that knows me knows I don't like fast food, and I definitely don't like McDonald's. Well, I'm a sales rep, so I drive around all day. So that day I was driving around, and I needed gas, and I pulled into the gas station, and there's a McDonald's right next to the gas station. And I thought, this is really weird, but maybe I should go get French fries. Not something I ever think about, but that day I drove through, I got French fries, and I made this story kind of because, I have two best friends. One's very healthy, and she's always like, oh, eat organic and eat healthy. And the other one, like good angel, bad angel, she's really healthy too. But then she's like, oh, definitely get the fries. They're so amazing. So for some reason, I thought, all right, I'm going to go get me a large fry. I don't know why, but I did. I made that post. I thought it was funny. But for some reason, that one story that I put has given me the most reactions of anything. And the amount of people that now contact me, kind of like you did with pictures of French fries, is amazing. I mean, I did not know that me going to McDonald's and like making a little video of it was going to turn into what it did. But it definitely turned into something.
I saw it, and it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, now I really want McDonald's.
That's what
specifically French fries.
They said you actually posted that you went to McDonald's, and then all of a sudden I wanted McDonald's, and I didn't expect the trickle effect that it gave me. But I mean, it's kind of funny now because people are still, it's been 2 weeks, people are still sending me photos, and I'm like, awesome, you went to McDonald's.
I'm curious now, to all the people who are watching, how many people are now going to want McDonald's for dinner? Sorry, guys.
I feel like I'm going to have to repost that story and be like, this is what I was talking about. So I actually saved it, and I sent it to my friend. I said, look, this is what you did to me. And she has Instagram, so she ended up going on there and looking. But I do have that story. So everybody wondering, I might have to repost it and just say, hey, This is the story.
This is what we're talking
I
about.
think what made it funnier was that she actually messaged me on Instagram, and she said, well, you know, I get a large and a small, because when you get a large and a small, that makes it a super size. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it. We were actually having like serious discussion about it. And then after it was done, I thought, did we just really discuss fries? I screenshot it and put it up there. And it was that I think took that random me filming myself eating French fries to the level that it did. Because everyone's telling me they bought a large and a small and they made it super size. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at what happened. Who would have thought?
But I think it's because we've all had McDonald's, no matter what part of the world you're from. There's a McDonald's and their fries. You could just talk about it and you kind of know what it tastes like. So then your mind's like now I want McDonald's French fries. Like I did this to myself again. Yes. Thank you very much, Crystal. Yes. So I think that's what happened. Is you have an idea in your head, and now Elizabeth, our Miss Teen Canada from 2019, who you met, she's saying I want McDonald's every day. So there you go.
It's so funny. I didn't realize the impact that McDonald's fries had on so many people that day. Here, I just thought I went through a little drive-through.
It's all thanks to you. They should sponsor you now because of that.
I know. I should send that to them and be like, if you only knew the amount of responses because I bought your fries one day.
Exactly.
And then everybody's
and
like,
here we are.
wow, I didn't take you to be the person that eats fries. And so it really became something. And I'm really not. But that day, just because she spoke about it for so long, I felt the need.
So besides, obviously not McDonald's, what is your go-to if you're on the run?
100% Chick-fil-A.
We only have two. I think we have 2 locations in Toronto, and there's always a lineup.
That's it?
Well, it just came. It came here.
2 within like 10 minutes of me.
I've been to Chick-fil-A in the States a few times, but in Toronto, I think it just showed up 2019, and the one opened up during the pandemic. But
okay,
it's one of those that survived the pandemic.
Okay. Yeah, no, Chick-fil-A for sure, if I had to pick anything. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so lazy. I mean, it's probably 2 miles away from me. I'll call Uber Eats and have it dropped off.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that terrible? And it's so quick. They come in like 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, this was amazing. So worth that $150 delivery. Because you're right, the line is always so long. So I'd rather it just kind of come to me.
I think America has better fast food choices than we do here in Canada. Like I used to go to Ohio, obviously before the pandemic, all the time because I have family there, and I think one of my favorite things is just eating. Like the pizza is different. I call it greasy pizza because depending on where you get it from, it's so greasy. Your portions are a lot bigger.
Yes, a lot bigger than Canada.
Way
I
bigger.
Have family, I think I was telling you, in Toronto. Yeah. And so when they come down and visit, they say the same thing. They're like, oh, this is so different than Canada. So you're going to have to come down to Florida one day and I'll take you on a fast food tour.
I'm down.
Of only McDonald's, French fries, and Chick-fil-A.
Sure, we'll compare the two.
There we go. Perfect.
We'll just have to wait for the world to open up.
Yes.
But I do hope that the world opens up just in time for Galaxy Internationals because I would love to meet you in person. I'm looking forward to it. We've met Crystal Gail. Oh, you're Crystal Gail. Crystal KV here in Toronto for the 2020 pageant. Maria was here for the 2019 pageant. So it'd be great to have more Galaxy Queens here. Cindy, I know you're watching, so let's get these
Cindy, let
queens.
Me know when we're able to go back to Canada. I'm coming.
Yes, please. Well, Cindy actually said McDonald's is the best, and my godmother who we visit in Ohio, she just said White Castle. So there you
I've
go.
Had that once, but believe it or not, they don't have that in Florida.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
You would think they do. Like, I'm sure people started looking for White Castle.
I bet it's
like Chick-fil-A came here.
Yeah, coming. Who knows? You guys might get it in Canada sooner than we get it down here.
I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows?
We'll keep an eye out and see.
I'll let you know if that happens.
Yes, please.
But now that we've gone, I hope I'm not taking too much time from your day. I know.
No, you're fine. And thank you so much for asking me to be on here. It was such an honor. It was so amazing to talk about my journey to the crown and my journey since. And I'm looking forward to get to meet you in person. So let's see what this pandemic has in store. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Well, thank you again. Do you have any last remarks that you'd like to share with our viewers before we end?
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for following my journey. And those that are new to following my journey, please reach out and say hi. I truly am open to always saying hi and meeting people from all around the world. I think that's the beauty of social media. We're able to connect and we're able to communicate and we're always able to be friends. So I'm looking forward to at least virtually meeting all of you.
Me too. Well, again, thank you so much, Crystal. For all of those who are tuning in, make sure you follow her on Instagram. She is amazing. She's stunning. She pet a flamingo.
So sweet.
When I saw that, I was like, did that just happen? It's amazing. So follow her on Instagram. Again, it's
very
at
cool experience.
Yes, so at Ms. Crystal Gail, she has a lot that is going on and a lot more going towards the international pageant. So I am looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to meeting your mom, since you said she only goes there when you crown somebody new.
So Mom, you'll actually be there with me.
Yay!
And I'm so excited she logged on. So hey, Mom.
Exactly. Hi, Mom, and hello to everyone who tuned in.
Yes.
If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Pageant Sit Down. We do this every Monday and Wednesday evenings at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. While you're here, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Crystal, again, thank you so much for joining us, or joining me and everyone else that is watching all over the world. I'm looking forward again to hopefully meeting you in person in August.
Yeah, that's going to happen soon. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for all the questions. It was so much fun being here. Thank you for asking me. It's quite an honor.
Well, it's a great way to get to know the Ms. Galaxy 2020-21. And on that note, we will see everyone on Wednesday at 7:30 with Dr. World 2021, Angel Batal. And in the meantime, have yourselves an amazing evening. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hang on.